quality that matters. We fit your standards.
It's nice having internet that works.
And a lifetime guarantee. Bathfitter. It just fits.
Bathfitter.
That old dude was rubbing his nipples and she like tried to fuck him in the ass.
It's like, oh, you're doing right. All right, ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to remind you right now before you get into it to screen share.
I'm going to screen share my cock in your face. It was like some, like freedomexpress.com.
The best in Patriot news.
Superpatriotdicks.com.
Oh, look! COVID puddles! There's COVID puddles everywhere! I love COVID puddles!
And it's not gay if you butt fuck somebody from New York canoeing on your rivers.
That's exactly right. Matter of fact, you're even more of a man if you fuck the shit out of some dude from New York City.
Well, I was intrigued.
I know, right? Sex lies and Russian ties. When the sun shines in a dog's asshole, it will point north in the direction of where you shall go to find the treasure.
There's a whole movie about that. Lord of the Rings.
She had a nice hill turn there, too. Killed a bunch of Haiti kids.
Ooh. Uma, where you at, my girl?
At this moment in time, it's very possible that in the likelihood of the event that you come into contact with COVID-19, you may or may not get it, but you should still have 18 vaccinations in case you do get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, people gathered around the world, coming to you live from parts unknown. I give to you your host of Disinfobation, Kobe Turner.
Hi.
Joined by his co-host, Unspeakable.
Do that part again where you say your name. You blew your mic out when you said unspeakable.
Oh.
So just like do it, but pull back a little bit, I guess.
Introducing Unspeakable Dusty.
That wasn't as exciting.
I know, right?
It's all right.
Dun, 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 dun.
We'll make it work.
I blew my mic out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how's everyone doing? Welcome to the show. We are here tonight to talk about, well, fucking everything, man. We've already talked about our personal shit before we got on, so hopefully we won't bore any of you with that. Although, I do want to talk about the mullet at some point, because I had a mullet when I was younger. And I just feel like the kids these days don't represent the mullet the way we represented it back then. Just being real with you. How are you doing, Kobe?
It's kind of coming back.
It has come back. I see kids wearing, I see fucking younger people wearing it like crazy. I see the old guys that's been wearing it since the 90s still wearing it. That's pretty interesting. They're like, fuck yeah, it finally came back.
Yeah. I'm doing all right, man.
I knew I was right.
I've been hanging out with a few people who've had COVID, so see if I'm immune or not. It's so far so good.
You still hadn't got it?
Well, I think I escaped it, but then I hung out with someone last weekend who definitely had it and didn't tell me until like an hour into us hanging out.
Was y'all slop and spit?
No, we were doing hardcore drugs together though.
Oh,
so
we're going like sharing needles, were you?
No, just sharing the Coke plate.
Oh, I shared a needle with a chick one time. It was pretty wicked.
That's why you have AIDS.
I don't have AIDS. I've been tested often.
Supposed to play along, goddammit. That's why the reason Dusty's bald is because he has AIDS.
I have AIDS.
Not that that's a symptom of AIDS, but for some reason it made sense.
You know, if you ever noticed in all those 80s movies, like when it would be like an AIDS movie, like they would be bald like they were a
Yeah,
cancer
that's what I'm
patient.
saying.
And you're like, wait
That's
a
why I
minute, what the
thought
fuck
that.
is going on here?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
All right, dude. What is your story? What's your intro story tonight?
Alrighty then, my first story for this evening, dear good sir, is about Mr. Chuck Schumer. Notice here how he is masked with a cloth mask that we all know do not work. His mask, can you see it? His mask has shit wrote on
Yeah, I
it.
was wondering what that is.
I believe it says cocksucker, but I can't tell.
Too blurry. I'm gonna take your
Yeah.
word for it, though.
Yeah, we'll just go with cocksucker because he's a cocksucker. Anyways, then Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer walks to a room on Capitol Hill where senators gathered on January 6, 2021 in Washington, D.C. Court filings had shed further light on the dramatic moment when Proud Boy Joshua Pruitt nearly came face to face. See, it's always nearly or got real close or
Josh
2
Pruitt
blocks
nearly
away.
came in his face.
Yeah, he nearly came in Chuck Schumer's face,
So
but
what's the
he
problem?
landed on his shirt.
He just had a bad aim.
Yeah, he actually went on his shirt.
Oh.
McConnell was upset because he was wanting it to go on his face. He loves facials.
The Pruitt guy pulled a Clinton. He was aiming for her mouth, and he got the blue dress.
Pruitt pleaded guilty in June to felony charge of obstructing an official proceeding. He is scheduled to be sentenced on Friday, and prosecutors have asked that he receive 5 years in fucking prison. Holy shit. For entering a building.
Okay, so they're saying that he went in there to confront him and didn't. Is that what I'm hearing here?
Basically.
I have not heard of this.
It says he almost came face to face with Chuck Schumer. I mean, the court filing this weekend from prosecutors detailed how a Capitol Police special agent identified by his initials ML, yeah, we can't actually tell you who he is, pulled Chuck Schumer out of his chair on the Senate floor on January 6th. Schumer.
Can we call him Majora Labia?
Yeah, Majora Labia. And 2 other members of the detail went to the basement of the Capitol in an attempt to escape the building. Prosecutors say the New York Democrat and his detail were crouching behind the recessed walls for cover as they waited for an elevator to take them to an evacuation vehicle, probably a helicopter sitting on the top of the building. Court documents say when the leader of Schumer's detail, a sergeant identified as KF, or as we know him,
Clit Flicker.
What? Clit Flicker?
Clit Flicker.
Clit, yeah,
I'm going to spell
flicker.
clit wrong this one time just because I like it.
Sergeant identified as Clint Flicker with a K saw Pruitt advancing. Clint Flicker made eye contact with Pruitt and yelled, "Evac, evac, evac," meaning he was then going to blow his load. Prosecutors said security footage from the day shows Schumer and his detail quickly fleeing the area, and prosecutors said that the sergeant, Clint Flicker, recalled hearing Pruitt getting louder behind them. And that he felt as though they were being chased. ML, what would you call him?
Majora Labia.
Majora Labia told investigators he believed Pruitt was 4 or 5 seconds away from reaching the senator. Schumer and his detail quickly ran down a ramp and shut a set of double doors behind them, prosecutors said, prompting Pruitt to turn around. The moment was also captured on video. Then Senate Majority Leader Mitchie Boy McConnell approached the same double doors as he attempted to evacuate shortly thereafter, prosecutors said, and also had to turn back. Pruitt eventually left the Capitol Visitor Center after learning that someone had been shot in the building. Sounds like a terrible, terrible person, you know. He left after he was told that some violence broke out. What did they like? It doesn't even say like what he was gonna do or anything. It just says that they almost came face to face. Like, what was he? What do you think he was gonna butt rape him or something? Was he gonna like drag him down the fucking stairs into the basement and fuck him in the mouth? Is that what was gonna happen?
Maybe. I mean, if he was armed, they would have reiterated that 12 times.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't even say he had bear spray or anything.
Well, that's Antifa's move.
Okay, but what was the threat? That's what I don't understand.
He almost came face to face with him, Dusty. If you don't see the problem here, I can't help you. He almost came face to face.
He identifies as a white supremacist proud boy who hates all people, except he's black. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Is he black?
No, I don't know. But
well, the leader's Cuban.
Mhm.
I learned that from you.
I know. Pretty cool. And he used to be an FBI informant.
Still is.
Every day I enter the beacon of our country, the U.S. Capitol, I relive the memories of that day. And none.
This is AOC
impactful.
level bullshit right here.
As the moments I saw Mr. Pruitt approaching us with the intent to inflict harm to the majority leader to the United States Senate, Labia wrote in a letter to the judge asking for Pruitt to receive the maximum prison sentence. Like, how do you know his intentions? He could have wanted a selfie. The special agent also wrote that on that day, the heroism, bravery, and resolve of my colleagues held our democracy together as it was on the brink of peril, and that his family will never rest easy wherever I go to work again. Huh? Shut the fuck up.
Hey, go back down there. Look at this. Go back down to the bottom where it was. Right there. This story has been updated to more properly characterize the prosecutor's filings about the Capitol Police special agent identified as Major Labia. So this is like an updated draft of this story to make it sound more exciting.
Dude, this is fucking bullshit. I'm so tired of shit like this.
Man, I mean, their move right now is to like focus on what could have happened that day since nothing did. You know, other than what's her name? Getting shot.
Ashley Babbitt.
Other than Ashley Babbitt getting shot, an unarmed woman getting shot, nothing happened that day. AOC almost got raped from 4 blocks away, and that douchebag that Brian Stelter interviewed in his last interview, he was scared of getting raped too. But other than that, it sounds like Chuck Schumer was afraid of getting raped.
A man is going to get up to 5 years in prison.
Well, that's what they're asking.
Because he was approaching Chuck Schumer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't say he was approaching him with a gun. It doesn't say he had a baseball bat or a fucking crutch or a big dildo so he could ass rape him right there on the Senate floor. It doesn't say any of those things.
No, but he almost came face to face with him, though.
He almost came face to face to him. I mean, it doesn't say he had a GIMP costume for Schumer to wear. I mean, because I could see Schumer in a GIMP costume. He doesn't say that, but they recommended he get 5 years in prison. I mean,
it'll be interesting to see if he does, right?
And notice how it's like they keep hollering insurrection, but dude, no one has been charged or convicted or pled guilty to insurrection. It doesn't even kind of make sense. That's like calling, I don't know. That's like calling a fruit roll up, a piece of toilet paper, a fruit roll up.
It is when I get done with it.
That's right, baby. I just thought it was interesting. The guy's getting fucking, like, they're recommending the maximum sentence for the equivalent of like bumping into somebody.
Well, almost bumping into him.
Almost bumping into him. He didn't even bump into him.
God damn, I'm not ever going to go to Washington, D.C. Just being there might be a crime next year.
We were in the same way. We were like, he was like 2 blocks away from me, and he was thinking about kicking my ass.
If you want to charge this motherfucker for trespassing, fine. But that's not what they're doing. They're trying to make it look like he wanted to hurt somebody that he was approaching. And all we have is their word, right? They didn't offer any kind of evidence other than fucking two people who will not say their names. How fucking convenient is that? It's like last week. Well, shit, if these are this guy's social media accounts, this is a confession.
It's got to be it. It's got to be it. Totally, it's it. I mean, he was tweeting while the standoff was taking place. He was my bad. He was Truth Social.
Bulletproof glass. Shit, it's true.
What do they call it in Truth Social when you send a mess?
It's a truth.
It's a truth. So he's a truther. He was truthing while in the standoff.
Hashtag truthing while shooting.
It's truthing while shooting.
Please let me truth before you shoot. I sent out truth today.
Truth Social. God. We've literally did exactly as the deep state wants.
As we usually do. They're not bad at their fucking jobs.
Oh, I know. Oh my God. Like dude, I would love to meet the fucking the head propagandist, the person who comes up with a lot of the shit. I would love to meet the head propagandist.
It's probably like the think tanks full of fucking like geniuses that know exactly how to brainwash retards.
It's probably like, have you seen fucking it's a Tom Cruise movie, Minority Report, where they had like those three fucking people in this like tank of water,
and they predict.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Murder.
The guy at the Capitol building was gonna murder. He was gonna kill him. That's why he was running towards him, but he turned around. What?
Hey, if you're gonna get charged for coming in somebody's face, you should just do it. Because you're going to get charged either way.
For 5 years in prison, dude, he should have whipped his dick out and like waved it or at least did the helicopter. I mean, fuck. You'd be like, so why you got prison time? I almost came face to face with Chuck Schumer.
With my dick out.
Got this close. Almost coming face to face.
My first story tonight is kind of linked to this because I want to talk about everybody's favorite progressive hero. Give me a drum roll, Dusty. Silent.
You don't hear it?
No. Just go.
Really?
I don't hear that at all.
Really?
That's weird. Oh, it's probably so loud that it's blowing your mic out. We don't need a fucking drum roll. All right. Liz Cheney.
And not Project Cheney.
Well, they're spelled differently, thank God.
Right.
And it's also her first name. So her defeat happened a day after we recorded last week. So this is kind of old news at this point.
She got a landslide, bro. She got her ass whooped.
I mean, as projected, and she knew it. Everybody knew it was going to happen. Yeah, I debated on whether I wanted to talk about this or not, but I'm coming at it from this angle of I'm just blown away about how the only way people gauge how they feel politically anymore is what context Trump is in comparison to this story. So I've done a little digging. I found this LA Times piece. I love this publication. They're so humorous. It's like how some people read The Onion. Because this is the publication that called Larry Elder a white supremacist. For a little context. I know you love that. So this is something they put out August 16th. So a little less than a week ago. Cheney's Wyoming defeat is a win for Trump and a decisive blow to fading GOP establishment.
By establishment.
Written by Mark Z. Barabak. Nice name, you fucking cuck cunt. The resounding defeat of Liz Cheney was more than the rejection of a brave and principled individual. It was the repudiation of values and a worldview that have shaped the Republican Party for well over a generation. It was also a thick-headed denial of reality and the stone-cold fact that President Trump lost the 2020 election and schemed and lied to deny it. sacrificing the safety of lawmakers and the stability of the country on the altar of his infinite ego. This is not slanted at all. This is way more objective
totally,
than I thought.
Yeah, totally. They definitely are going. They're definitely taking up for Trump.
Winning re-election would have required that I go along. Oh, I'm going to do it in her voice. Winning re-election would have required that I go with President Trump's lie about the 2020 election. That's how Liz Cheney talks. Cheney said in a scathing concession speech delivered at a ranch near her Jackson, Wyoming home, not long after polls closed Tuesday night, it would have required that it would have required that I enable his ongoing efforts to unravel our democratic system. Just had a little dick in me. System and attack the foundations of our republic. That, she said as daylight faded over the Tetons, was a path I could not and would not take. For years, the Cheneys of Wyoming stood alongside the Bush family of New England and Texas as dynastic pillars of the GOP. Liz Cheney's congressional primary loss, along with George P. Bush's failed... Who's George P. Bush?
Oh, that's Prescott
That's the
Bush.
guy you were
remember?
talking
The one
about.
I thought that was
Yeah.
gonna make. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he failed, then that was the end of it.
Did he lose?
He failed. Yeah,
He was too hot.
it's too bushy.
For Texas Attorney General, emphatically sealed the coffin on the old party establishment in a race for now any lineal claims to its future. This is not the Republican Party of the 80s, 90s, or even the clearly to 2000s, said Christine Matthews, a GOP pollster and strategist who has been a harsh Trump critic. What it means to be a Republican these days is being loyal to your tribe. It's not about issues. It's basically whatever Trump says it is. End quote. Which means
Well,
very
that's kind
little.
of true.
I mean, I think there's two factions of the Republican Party these days, which means very little focus on governing and a great deal of energy expended on grudges and settling old scores. It also means ignoring policy initiatives and political philosophy, the drivers of conservative achievement since the Reagan era, in favor of pugnacity and purging those deemed insufficiently obedient to the GOP's ruler in exile. I don't want to read all this. We understand where it's going.
Yeah. Dude,
So they basically just kind of say, she's so heroic because she's one of the few Republicans who had the tenacity to stand up to the evil dictator and his big lie.
okay. The Democrats want Cheney. They believe that if Liz Cheney runs in the primary against Trump, that she'll she'll split the vote, right? And then even though Trump may win, come the election, the people that voted for Cheney are going to vote Democrat, right? They're hoping that's what happens. That'll give them an edge. These motherfuckers voted for Cheney, like Democrats registered in the primary and voted for Cheney to try to get Cheney to win.
I retweeted this dumb cunt that was proud about that. She's like, I'm a lifelong Democrat. Today I registered as a Republican, so I can vote Cheney.
She got slammed, bro. She got landslided.
So, people who vote, in my opinion, are the lowest form of people on the earth. And I want to show how short their memory is. It's not 9 minutes long, let alone 9 years. But this same fucking publication in the LA Times, this is an article they wrote about Liz Cheney in 2013. Are you ready?
Indeed.
So this was written January 6th. Whoa. My mind just got fucked. This was
January 6th, 2014. Holy shit.
Well, so the original article I pulled up was from 2013. I guess this is a
Bro, this is a fucking Mandela effect.
Dude, this is not the article that I linked. I don't know what the fuck this is.
This is her talking about her gay sister.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, but this article was from 2014. The one I wanted is 2013. We must have used the same picture and I just linked it wrong. Let me look it up. Same fucking picture, right?
Yeah.
But that was weird that fucking article was January 6th.
I know. That was weird.
Liz Cheney sells out gay sister. Why don't they just say lesbian or ragmancha? for a shot at U.S. Senate seat. It's a little bit of a different take on this Cheney from LA Times. What kind of woman sells out her sister for a shot at a U.S. Senate seat? How do you tell your sister how happy you are she is marrying her longtime girlfriend, embrace her wife as a member of the family, their children as your niece and nephew, then turn around and tell the nation you oppose gay marriage? You fucking dumb cunt. For this alone, Liz Cheney, who is running for the Republican U.S. Senate nomination in Wyoming against a longtime conservative incumbent, deserves to lose. Though the Cheney daughters have been sparring in public for months about gay marriage, their disagreement heated up again Sunday when Liz appeared on Fox News Sunday and noted again that despite what her opponent claims, she opposes gay marriage. This did not sit well with her sister-in-law, Heather Pooh, who Poe or Pooh, I don't care. Pooh sounds good. Who took Facebook to protest. I was watching my sister-in-law on Fox News Sunday. Yes, Liz is in 15 states in the District of Columbia. You are my sister-in-law. It was very disappointing to her, sir. I do believe in traditional definition of marriage. Blah, blah, blah. So they just like fucking take her to the coals for being a homophobic twat, which she is. I'm not going to lie. But dude, now this same fucking paper.
They're blowing her from the back.
And I mean, she's calling herself Abraham Lincoln. Ah!
7 years ago. Dude, every single motherfucker that voted to impeach Trump is gone. Every one of the Republicans. There was 10 of them.
You excited?
No, I just think it's hilarious. Like, bro, they said they wasn't fucking around. They straight up said, you fucking are going to be gone. And they are gone. That gives me hope. Like when Mitch McConnell's seat comes up and fucking Lindsey Graham's seats come up, they gonna be gone.
Well, we'll find out.
I hope. Dude, those motherfuckers need to be gone for real.
I think they should all be gone.
I do too. I think they should all be gone. I think we should rule ourselves. Fuck that. We don't need those cocksuckers.
Adjustment day.
Yeah.
Only you and I know what that means. And Chuck Palahniuk.
But dude, for real. Yeah, there needs to be something needs to happen, because what happens is these people go to fucking DC and they make $175,000 a year. They are now, I believe, they don't have to disclose their taxes to the new IRS. I saw something like that. I didn't search it too hard, so I don't know if it's true. But I did see something that said that they exempt themselves from being fucking audited by the 87,000 IRS people.
They never get audited. Why is it going to change just because they have more people?
Sure.
They're going to audit your ass, though.
I did see fucking Elizabeth Warren say we should ban all members of government from owning and family members from owning stock. I was blown away that she said that.
Really? She kind of likes to say some things that are kind of right sometimes.
I was shocked. I was like, "Holy shit, she's right," and she might get her head cut off.
And how the fuck did she get so rich?
Called out Pelosi.
Yeah.
Oh no. She basically called out Pelosi.
If she runs again, Pelosi will fuck it up somehow. Maybe this is her like getting mad about how Obama, after Super Tuesday, he got on the phone and he made everybody drop out so Joe Biden could win. He did that. And she was one of them who was still in the race at that point. Bernie too. So maybe this is just her like, meh. I don't know. But yeah, she did say that and she is right. Even though Pocahontas isn't my favorite politician, she was right about that.
Yeah. Sometimes what's the old saying?
A great notion.
Sometimes
a broken clock's right twice a day.
Yep.
That's the one. I was just gonna go through the
something
whole list.
like that. Yeah, it was something like that. Sometimes
even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Yeah. Or twice a day, something like that. Yeah.
And sometimes the sun shines in a dog's asshole. There's something like that. I don't remember.
When the sun shines in a dog's asshole, it will point north. in the direction of where you shall go to find the treasure.
There's a whole movie about that. Lord of the Rings just closed by saying that Liz Cheney is now a hero for the left. And you said that she's going to primary against him. I think that she might run independent and fucking hand him the fucking
That's right.
election, I think
that's
she might.
what I meant to say.
Well,
she was going to run fucking independent and hand him the election. That's what I meant.
But a
She's
lot
gonna
of people are
end the Democrats'
speculating
election.
that she's going to primary him in the Republican Party. And I don't see her doing that. I think
I don't see
she
her
needs
even
to leave.
I don't even know if she can make a dent as an independent against Trump.
No, but she would get enough retarded people voting for her. And I think that there are like the establishment Republican people. It's not like they don't have a following. They do. All the Republican Party aren't MAGA people. A big fucking majority of them might be. But there are people who would vote for fucking Mitt Romney or who's the douchebag we talked about last week that looked like Marty McFly's dad? Jim Jordan.
Yeah, Jim Jordan.
So there's Jim Jordan. There's these guys that, like, if they ever ran, I think people would vote for them. But you throw Liz Cheney in the mix as an independent, it could get interesting. And I just find it so funny that these progressive types are just like, oh, she
that could be part of their plan, bro.
Exactly.
That could all be part of their plan. That's what I was trying to say without I meant this, but why I don't know why I said primary. No, it's fucking she's gonna run as an independent against Trump, or either
well,
I can see.
You're very welcome for me correcting your dumbass then.
Yeah, I know, right? Go pee. Go pee so we can do the next one. I'll be right back too. I'm gonna pee.
All right, you're doing the next story. Are you finding that it's impossible to feed your family? Do you wake up and look at your cupboards and find that they're bare? You have no goddamn food in the entire fucking house? Gas prices is $17.89 a gallon? Well, we have a solution for you, ladies and gentlemen. Electric car! Buy an electric car today, subsidized by the United States government. What we do is we give you an electric car and we tell you that it's safe for the planet. So you don't have to look behind the curtain and see that we're burning coal and burning diesel to charge that motherfucker. As far as you know, you're saving the planet because you're one dumb cocksucker. That's right, electric car. Coming to you today.
Ladies and gentlemen, China sends troops to Russia for a joint military exercise. Okay.
This is all Nancy Pelosi's goddamn fault.
The voting drills are due to start at the end of
Dusty,
March.
I got to tell you something.
What?
I talked to my mom on the phone the other day, and she goes, you should tell Dusty he needs to do more of his Chinese accent. It's one of my favorites. I was like, I think he's only done that like once. So she's going to love this. Start over. I just wanted to tell you that because that's fucking great timing.
I know, right?
She's going to be so excited.
If I can now, I can't do it.
No pressure.
Oh, the stock drills are due to start at the end of the month and will also include India, Belarus, Mongolia, Tajikistan. Oh, Chinese troops will travel to Russia to take part in a military joint exercise that will start at the end of the month. Beijing's defense minister has said last month, Moscow announced plans to hold the Vostok East military the drills from August 30 to September 30, saying some foreign forces would also take part without naming them. Oh, they're not gonna tell nobody. No. Oh, Beijing and Russia, Moscow have closed the fence links, and the Chinese has said it is wants to push bilateral relations to higher level, even as the Moscow faces international sanctions and widespread condemnation of its February 24th invasion of the Ukrainian peninsula. Oh, the aim is to deepen practical. Oh, I lost it.
You've done enough. You could read it in your normal voice now.
The aim is to deepen practical friendly cooperation with the armies of participating countries, enhance the level of strategic collaboration among the participating parties, and strengthen the ability to respond to various security threats. The Chinese ministry said in a statement. Oh, that's the one I should have read in Chinese. Fuck me. India. Hello, I am from India. Belarus. I am from Belarus. Oh, I'm from Mongolia. Hello, I am from Tajikistan. And other countries will also participate, it said. Relations between Russia and China have grown increasingly close under Chinese President Xi Jinping and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin. And Beijing has been under pressure for its opposition to sanctions imposed by many Western countries over the war. Shortly before the invasion, Moscow and Beijing agreed on a no-limits partnership, meaning that Beijing will blow Moscow at any moment. And I don't mean with a bomb. Beijing said in decision to participate in the joint exercises are unrelated to the current international and regional situation. My arse. All right, so back about, oh man, it was back around July. I had saw a thing going around Twitter that said that this was going to happen in South America, in Venezuela. They were allowing this to happen. I went back, like when I read this article earlier, I went back and like looked at it, and I definitely found where it said that, and it was some like newspaper that had reported it. It was like some, like freedomexpress.com.
The best in Patriot news.
Superpatriotdicks.com. We drive 4x4 pickup trucks, wave rebel flags, and say the N-word 27 times a day.
And it's not gay if you butt fuck somebody from New York canoeing on your rivers.
That's exactly right. Matter of fact, you're even more of a man if you fuck the shit out of some dude from New York City. Dude, I don't think this is a fucking exercise. I think
it's not an exercise.
Oh, no. This is no exercise. This is the real deal, motherfucker. We're going to blow your motherfucking asses to the moon. You're not coming to China no more.
What do you think happens if these two team up?
Dude, they've already fucking teamed up, bro. They've already fucking teamed up.
See, the problem with World War II...
They teamed up fucking years ago.
Yeah. See, if with World War II, if Russia and Germany could have fucking gotten over their differences...
I know.
We would have been
fucked. Yeah.
But you have two fucking dictators like Stalin and Hitler. And it became a dick measuring contest. But in the beginning, when they were working together, man, if it would have stayed like that.
But see, like Xi Jinping, he strikes me as someone who is, from what I've read about him, he's a Chinese purist, right? And Putin is a Russian purist. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a Russian purist. Those two, if they're like, hey, man, we need to keep our countries pure, that I could see them working together. And plus, we've alienated them for so long, dude. What do you think's going to happen if you alienate two very big countries with lots, and they do have a pretty decent amount of, wealth in those countries. And you sanction them and you do this and you do that because you don't like the way they run their country or what they're doing. Right now, we've sanctioned the fuck out of Russia, and it hadn't hurt them. It hasn't deterred them, dude. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there hasn't been 60,000 fucking Russian soldiers killed. I'll bet you right now that is not a fucking accurate number at all. Speaking of fucking shit we do, have you heard about the Russian, one of his fucking top aides, Putin's top aide?
The daughter.
daughter was fucking murdered in an assassination
Alexander
attempt.
Durgan.
Oh my God.
Is that his name?
I think that's his name. And the
Well,
girl,
dude,
and the daughter was like a genius.
He is the Dick Cheney to George W. Bush of Putin. This guy, Alexander Dugan. Yeah. So this is kind of, we were talking about that show I'm watching that you've watched already, The Russians. It's kind of like that kind of shit.
Yeah, dude, we're taking out people, man, and we shouldn't be doing those things. And I'm telling you, North Korea.
You think we did that?
Fuck yeah, we did that, or we had part of it. I guarantee you.
You don't think it was just Ukraine?
Fuck no, bro.
I play a devil's advocate here. Of course, I think
that was fucking straight up CIA or Mossad or some shit like that that took them out. Somebody fucking planted a bomb in that car and took them out, thinking they were going to take the aide out, and they took the chick out.
You think they were trying to get the dad?
Yeah, but then again, the daughter was the future.
Exactly,
she's super intelligent.
Wasn't she a media personality?
I don't know, but I watched one of her YouTube videos, bro, and she had me convinced. I'm just gonna be honest with you. She was like, shit. I was like, yeah, Russia.
I got a soft spot for fucking Reds.
Huh?
I got a soft spot for the Reds.
Well, they aren't communists anymore, so
whatever.
Dude,
we're more communist than them, but they're still communist.
I know. So I was arguing with someone the other day. They're more of an oligarch. I was the other day, someone was talking about Nazis and how terrible Nazis are. And I'm like, all right, well, give me one government today that identifies as a Nazi regime. There's not one. Give me one that identifies as a communist regime. There's many. All right. Nazis killed 6 million Jews? But how many have communists killed?
Well, yeah.
Dude, it's up in the hundreds of millions.
Yeah. You get into like Pol Pot and it's like, you know who Eddie Izzard is? That stand-up comedian, British guy, likes to go drag.
No, I don't.
Well, he's got the joke about how when you kill your own people, nobody fucking steps in. When you start killing other people, that's when it becomes an international crisis.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, yeah, I agree with everything you're saying on the surface level of this, but I also think, man, this is just more 1984 stuff. You got China, Russia, United States, Eurasia, East Asia, Oceania. This is fucking 1984 playbook. Now the big bad boogeymen on this side are ganging up together. It is going to make for a good show. I don't know. This could be like setting the stage for World War III. No doubt about that.
Well, I mean, like I saw this article today and it was like Putin stuck between a rock and a hard place. 60,000 soldiers killed.
Oh,
Should
I saw
he
you
use a
retweet
nuclear bomb? What? Really? Why the fuck are you even throwing that idea out there?
Because it sells.
That's Jesus fucking Christ. Do you want them to drop a nuclear bomb?
Maybe they know that nukes are fake, like we do.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. But I tell you one damn thing. These motherfuckers are retarded. I think they want World War III. I really do. I don't know why. But dude, I think we'd have been in World War III if Hillary would have got elected.
You're fucking just quoting Cheney.
No, I've said that before.
I know.
Because remember, she was saying all that shit about China and Russia back in like 2014, 2013. Remember when Putin got reelected and she questioned the election and they were out like protesting in the streets? Putin hated her fucking ass, bro. Hated her ass.
They're fucking.
Probably.
It's a soap opera. As the 1984 turns.
Well, I mean, it's wrestling. You have to have a heel and a face.
Exactly.
Yeah. And babyface Clinton. She's now the heel. She had a nice heel turn there, too. Killed a bunch of Haiti kids.
Ooh. Uma, where you at, my girl?
All right, so that's it. All I'm saying is, dude, this is getting creepier and creepier. And then, like the other day, I read somewhere, I didn't hear, but I read that North Korea has volunteered 100,000 troops to go fight in Ukraine as relief aid.
They're on Ukraine's side?
No,
Okay. They're
to
going to fight
with
for
Russia.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes more sense.
they've offered. They've offered 100,000 troops to go back up the Russians.
They're just pissed off that the world isn't paying attention to them anymore. So Kim Jong-un is like, hi, guys. I want to go over to Russia.
Would you like to go to Russia? Oh, you blow 'em up. Just like my granddaddy did. Dude, that guy. They live in the most bizarre, fucking twisted, weird. It's almost like it's a TV set.
That's what it is. It's a whole. The CIA has convinced us that there's actually a country in the northern part of Korea. I'm serious.
Crazy if it wasn't real.
I fucking believe that, dude. I'm not even joking.
Well, if it wasn't for me having friends who would actually, they say though, everybody I've talked to that's been to South Korea, they say when you look over that fucking border, it's just barren land.
I was gonna say, have they been to North Korea or South Korea?
They have this wall thing that divides it, and it's like the whatever parallel, and that's like where the fucking the border is between North Korea and South Korea. So they have guards on each side. So you look over into North Korea or you look over into South Korea. You look over into South Korea and you got like at night cities lit up and you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
everybody's
exactly.
It's beautiful. You look over at North Korea and you don't see anything.
Dude, what's that girl who like made the podcast rounds? Her story was fucking horseshit. Dude, Tim fucking Dillon was the only one. She went on Joe Rogan. She went on Michael Malice. I think maybe, don't quote me, I think Lex Friedman. She was this chick who defected from North Korea. And her and her family like made the journey to South Korea and they made it over. And her story sounds like fucking horseshit. She was on Joe Rogan first and then she went on a bunch of other podcasts.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Dude, I've never heard Cheney go hard against Joe Rogan like she did in your interview. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was like, hey,
I've heard her say, like, I always got a bad feeling about him. I never heard her flat out say, that motherfucker's establishment CIA owned. That's awesome.
Hey, dude, she come ready to rock.
She was ready to speak some fucking unspeakable truth.
That's right, baby. The title just kind of makes you go crazy.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this guy's one of the good ones.
So yeah.
Hey, thanks for giving Conspiracy Playtime a shout out on there, man. I was not expecting that. Of course. Okay, so you have anything else to say about this?
No, it's just we're all gonna die.
Awesome. End your screen share.
I'm kind of looking forward to the apocalypse, and I'll say this because
you have a daughter that's 4, dude.
But no, I'm saying if it happens, it happens type thing. If it happens, I think I could survive.
It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. Yeah, but are you going to be a family man as Negan?
Family Negan. Yeah, family man Negan.
Wow. I just saw a spin-off of Walking Dead in my head where Negan like meets someone and has kids. Hello, big boy. Are you all alone? Do you have that throbbing member in your hand? Do you want to come in 40 seconds? Please join Metaporn. Metaporn, where you can live in a village of tribal Indians. You can go to the final frontier of space. Want to live in the Old West? Not a problem. Would you like to fuck your stepmother? Not a problem. Live in a mansion with your entire family and fuck every orifice? Not a problem. For a small price of $49.95 for your first fuck counter, please enter your mom's credit card.
Dun, 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 dun.
There is growing fallout tonight in Arkansas after 3 law enforcement officers were caught on camera appearing to beat a man pinned to the ground during an arrest. Priscilla Thompson is there tonight, and a warning: the video is disturbing.
A violent arrest caught on camera.
This is bad.
Viewed more than 1 million times, the video appears to show officers in Mulberry, Arkansas, punching and kicking a man in the head and body repeatedly during a Sunday morning arrest. At one point, slamming his head into the ground several times. The man seen pinned down here, 27-year-old Randall Worcester.
It's a white dude.
On bond, he walked out of the county jail today.
What would you like to see happen to the officers?
The officers, Crawford County Sheriff Deputies Zach King and Levi White, and Mulberry Police Officer Thel Riddle, have all been suspended or placed on leave, pending a state investigation prompted by the viral video. None of the officers involved responded to NBC's request for comment.
Damn.
What that response was,
they'll forget about
was not consistent with the training that they received.
His skin
Police
color
say
isn't
they had been
right.
searching for Worcester all morning after he allegedly made terroristic threats in a nearby town and spit on a store clerk. He's now facing more than half a dozen charges, including battery, assault, and resisting arrest.
Spitting on an individual went to someone being beaten with what looked like an inch of their life.
Worcester's attorney saying he was in part left with abrasions to his face and scrapes on his knees. It's unclear what happened before the 30-second clip was recorded.
For millions of dollars.
The dash cam does bring to light other things that did happen there, that initiated, that wasn't caught on the citizens' camera.
The Arkansas State Police are leading the investigation into the officers' actions. The governor says the FBI and DOJ are now also investigating.
He's going to be rich as fuck. So, like, I would take a beating like that to get rich.
Have you heard of this?
I saw something. I glanced over it earlier. I thought it said they got paid leave, but
well, my point of this whole thing is the fact that this happened. I listened to NPR every morning. I went on to CNN. Went on all the this was an NBC story, so kudos to them for covering it. But the first time I watched this video, even me, I was like, holy shit. And then the guy rolls over and you can see his face and he's white. I was like, hey, it's fucking not going to go anywhere. And
who gives a fuck? It's a white guy. He's getting his ass whooped. Hey.
They left the part out. There's videos on Twitter. I don't know if we should pull it up or not, but
we should definitely pull it up.
So could you share your screen and go to my Twitter?
Yeah.
And just scroll down. It's probably like 5 or 6 tweets down.
Twitter bitter. Twitter.
Yeah, it's like 4 down. It's got a picture of a sheriff car.
I got it. Dude, he looks like a fucking... Dude, I bet he's a fucking hellion. I bet he probably earned every fucking punch he got. But, dude, he's probably going to get rich off this shit.
But the behavior of the cops is what I want to show you in this video. I don't think this is it.
Dude, I just want everybody to know that how they say man.
Says it all started at a gas station in Alma. The sheriff says a man was making terroristic threats to a clerk and spit at them.
Terroristic threats.
And what the fuck's that about?
Age 27.
I know, right?
Or be on the lookout.
What is a terroristic threat? Like,
the sheriff says Worcester was first cooperative with authorities, but says he then turned violent and tried to attack the officers. And then you can see the officers in this video hitting the subject down and slamming his face on the ground. Sheriff DeMonte tells us one deputy was hurt in the incident.
What'd you say, bitch?
Worcester also
Shut
received
the fuck
minor
up, white
injuries.
boy.
He was taken to the hospital but refused treatment. He was booked in the Crawford County Jail. Worcester is facing a slew of charges, including assault in the first degree and terroristic threatening in the first degree, among some of them. Arkansas State Police is now investigating the incident.
I'll just describe it because I can't find it either. But dude, that fucking chick filming it, she was just like, oh my God, this is bad. And then she ran out and yelled at the cops and they fucking started yelling at her. I don't give a fuck what you've done. I don't give a fuck what color your skin is. That is fucking bullshit. That once they've got you, and what the fuck's a terroristic threat? Why don't they just tell us what he said? This is becoming this fucking blanket statement because of fucking domestic terrorism, because of fucking MAGA and all this bullshit.
He spit on somebody, Kobe, and you know what? That's assault with a terroristic hate crime attached to it, my friend.
Good, arrest him.
When you throw a shoe at somebody, when you throw a shoe at a human being, once it leaves your hand, that's a terrorist.
Are you referencing when that happened to Bush?
That's right. That's right.
My main point about this was
nobody cares.
But if this dude was black,
yeah, they would have. And you notice how they didn't say his color. They didn't say his race.
That's why you know he wasn't.
I guarantee you they would have said it if he is black,
dude. And we would be hearing nothing else this morning on NPR and all that stuff.
It was a recent one. But see how it says it? See, Colorado police officer charged after black man pistol whip. Security video shows black man violently assaulted by Paris police. Black man beaten by police speaks out after being released from jail. Detroit officer shown punching black man in the face. Now, what was that article? What was the name of that article you just?
Police officers suspended, placed on leave after video shows them violently beating a man.
A man. Weird, isn't it? Weird, isn't it? I just counted. How many did I say? It was like, 6?
Yeah, you pulled up the black man headline.
Ooh, this is a good one. Black man who assaulted police at U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Yeah, hold on. I've got to find it first.
I haven't heard of this.
Yes, wicked, dude. Black man who assaulted police at U.S. Capitol on January 6th with pole gets 5 years plus sentence. I bet it's not a prison sentence. Federal judge sentenced a man who assaulted law enforcement officers with poles during the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol and continued to scuffle with officers even after being briefly detained that day to more than 5 years in prison. Oh, he got prison on Tuesday.
Why don't we hear about this? This is CNN.
I know. This is your web.
Yeah, but no, go down to the very first paragraph. Look at the in parentheses.
Oh, CNN. How weird is that?
So they're referencing CNN. So go up. This is July 28th, I think. Yeah, July 28th. So this is about
recently,
less than a month ago, and I don't remember hearing about this.
Here's him. Here's the black guy kicking some ass.
How frenzied things were during the riot at the U.S. Capitol. I want you to listen to this. New court documents reveal a D.C. man accused of beating police with a metal pole was in custody shortly after that alleged attack. But then D.C. police had to let him go to help other officers who were being overrun by that violent mob. Chief investigative reporter Eric Flack digging into this, more of these remarkable details.
They're just like, you can go.
First question has to be, is this
see if they ever say his race.
Walking around?
Yeah, not anymore, Longo. 70 days after MPD had Mark Ponder in their hands, it was the FBI taking him back into custody yesterday at his apartment in Northwest. This time, law enforcement won't be letting him go. The criminal complaint filed in federal court says during the breach of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, Mark Ponder of Northwest DC used two metal poles to repeatedly assault police officers attempting to hold the line at the West Terrace. One of the officers trying to defend himself with a riot shield. Charging documents say after being hit by Ponder,
that is what they're for.
Officers physically tackled him to the ground. He was detained right there by DC police officers for 26 minutes.
He's got AOC handcuffs on.
An hour after rioters breached the walls and began entering the Capitol building, prosecutors say those same officers had no choice but to release Ponder. The charging documents blaming, quote, the chaotic nature of the day, and that an MPD officer began the process of arresting and transporting Ponder, but had to let him go because, quote, a transport vehicle was unable to reach the Capitol grounds and because officers were ordered to respond back to the riot to assist with crowd control. Court documents say Ponder actually lectured the officers who arrested him as they were releasing him, and even came back to the Capitol 2 hours later, allegedly seen on body cam, this time standing on the inauguration stage. Prosecutors say Ponder only left for good once tear gas was deployed on the crowd. Of course, all this raises the question, did MPD have to let anybody else go on January 6th that they were trying to arrest?
Did they let any white guys go?
And is the FBI still looking for any of those people? We
Did he say looking?
To MPD. We have not heard back as of yet. If we do, we'll bring you that answer. Ponder is now in jail, charged with assaulting federal officers with a dangerous or deadly weapon, among a number of other serious federal charges.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll have a lot to ponder with.
I didn't know black people voted for Trump.
Thank you.
Only 3.
Are you sure? I think this is fake news.
Probably because we haven't heard about it.
Black people didn't vote for Trump.
There's one, and her name is Candace Owens.
Oh, that's right. There is just one.
Maybe Larry Elder.
Maybe
Winsome
there's two. There's two.
I just named the 3 black
people don't vote for. So there's a third one now. We don't even know that he voted for Trump. I mean, it could be.
Hey, maybe he didn't have an ID.
I mean, he looked awfully black, so he had to have voted for Biden, because if he hadn't have voted for Biden, his skin would have immediately turned white. I was there voting. And I looked over, and all of a sudden, this fucking dude just started turning white. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I didn't vote for Biden.
Come on, corn pop.
As he turned into a white guy.
What's your third story, sir?
My third story is blowjobs and Batman.
Did you say blowjobs and Batman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm intrigued. As every nerd ever said, these are 2 of my favorite things.
All right, so this is one I find strange, and this is a sad story, so I'm not even going to make fun of this at all. But I do find this strange because this guy was a leader, and he was a big leader in the black community, and he was doing a lot of positive things to help, poor underprivileged black kids, without dads and shit like that. And let me share my screen with you.
I was so fighting the urge to say it just to see if you would remember, and you did.
I was getting there.
It's good for you, man.
All right, so the light in the room.
Dude, that's a man bun fro combo.
That is excellent, actually. I wish I had that. Devastated by killing a Birmingham husband, father, and vacant house. That's what makes it sound even freakier. All right, so Cedric Mahaffrey was on a mission. The 29-year-old Birmingham husband and father, known by many as for his grill business, he made gold teeth. Golds.
I was picturing barbecues. Grill business. Gotcha.
Right. Wanted to give young men and women in the inner city hope for better life, and he wanted to help break the cycle that leads to violence. Ced's mission was to offer the demographic he sold the golds to a way out of the situation many of these young men and ladies find themselves in, said his pastor, Reverend Alton Hardy, founder of Urban Hope Community Church in Fairfield. He was a Christian, Hardy said. We had been praying that God would really use Ced to galvanize getting young men into church. Mahaffey's mission was cut short Saturday night when he was shot to death in a vacant home in southwest Birmingham. Officers from the City West precinct responded at 8:42 Saturday to a shot spotter alert of one round fired in the 500 block of Francis Place Southwest. Once on the scene, police were directed to an unresponsive person in front room of a house, said Lieutenant Rod Malden. One shot. That sounds like an assassin. That you know what I'm saying?
Was it a headshot?
It doesn't say. It just says he was found shot dead.
Someone just took him there and whacked him?
That's what I think. Yeah. Dude, they don't want somebody that's helping the community. I'm telling you. It goes against their narrative. Dude, this ain't the first one either. There's other examples. And I didn't want to get all serious.
It's all right.
Dude,
we got to get serious sometimes.
It's all too often that you have these people who are actual good people and they get killed mysteriously. I've seen it. I've seen other instances of almost the exact same fucking example. This black guy was helping out in his community and he had made some money and was donating his time and helping and all this stuff. And then boom, he gets killed. And it's just it's always weird too. It's like, oh, we don't know how it happened. It was he was shot while.
Okay, so did he know something, or was he just shot for helping people?
Probably just for helping people. That's what I'm thinking.
So who do you think did it?
Well, it could be anybody. The CIA, FBI. It could be drug lords. It could be people who are like, oh, you ain't trying.
Hey, maybe drug lords, because maybe he was like getting people clean. Getting them off the streets and into the churches or whatever the fuck, and
very possible
cutting into their business. I don't see the FBI or CIA shooting somebody for just helping people, but drug lords, yes. Now you sold me on that.
Well, I'm just saying it because
it looks like you're saying it does look like an execution.
Yeah, it looks like an execution. It just looks like either whoever did it knew what they were doing. They killed him with one shot, man. Usually one shot. You know what I'm saying? Like in a dark, abandoned house. It sounds a little crazy to me. I don't know. The whole thing sounds sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, it could have been anything. I would need to know more details before I'd commit to an opinion, but it's super sad, like you said.
Well, I would give you more details if the article gave more details. It really just talks about all the good things he does.
Probably aren't out there.
People just killing each other for nothing. I've seen so many, Frantic Missy's cousin, for Christ's sake. I just saw like a young black girl's missing. There's all kinds of.
Where's that at?
I think in Florida. Or was it in Alabama? It's somewhere in one of these southern states. Because I was like, what the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, do you have a hard time sleeping at night? Well, I got the right medicine for you. It's called a goddamn hammer. That's right. You take the hammer, you whack yourself upside the head, it knocks you slap the fuck out, and you'll sleep all night. Warning, product may cause concussions, brain damage, and sleeping more than normal. But other than that, you're going to get a good night's rest with Hammer.
Are we ready to talk some shit?
Yeah, go ahead.
As an update on something that we talked about last week, I'm going to conclude the story of Mark from well-known podcast My Family Thinks I'm a Cunt. Reached out to Dusty and I. Well, he reached out to I when Dusty and I were recording last week's episode. You guys all know about it, but the correspondence between Mark from My Family Thinks I'm a Cunt and I continued throughout the week and ended abruptly last night. So we'll read the whole thing. You've heard the first couple.
Sweet.
Hello, my name is Mark from My Family Thinks I'm a Cunt. So when you hear this voice, that's who I am.
So here's Mark. 8:15, 9:22 p.m. Mark says to Colby,
want to join me on my podcast and explain why you're tagging me in your tweets?
And Colby says to Mark, hi, Mark. I think you're mistaken. I recently commented in a thread you were a part of, but I've never tagged you personally. I have no qualms with anybody, but this divide in the conspiracy podcast community is baffling to me. I don't mind calling it out when I see the TFH crew, TFH being Tinfoil Hat, crew going after smaller podcasts. Seems silly to me. And I'm a loyal to the foil listener and always will be. Would love to talk about it on your pod. So, one day goes by. Tuesday, 8:16, 8:10 p.m.
The TFH crew has never gone after any smaller podcasts. It's self-defense. People have continually slandered myself and Sam Tripoli.
Dude, his yeah. This is a long one. This is my rebuttal 32 minutes later. Okay, man, I've seen a lot of accusations going both ways. I'm sure there are definitely things I'm not aware of. I do know that people like Rained Out Ratcast and Occult Rejects work their fucking asses off, and I respect them as much as I do you or anybody else in the game. Sam's a massive shit talker, kind of one of the reasons I like him, and a lot of people look up to him. So he better be able to back it up when he publicly calls out people for not practicing the law of abundance or having cult followings or whatever else is bugging him about other people in the scene. I'll call it out no matter who's doing it. I saw him do the same thing to Owen Benjamin and thought it wasn't bullshit then as well. You messaged me last night accusing me of tagging you in my tweets. Still not certain what that was about. And I gave you a very diplomatic response. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be convinced of here other than how sensitive the community is. Ideally, I think everybody should bury the hatchet. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing, I believe, to speculate and exchange ideas and spread truth whenever possible. Gets a little old seeing the constant fighting and bickering. Sorry if my expressing that was taken as an attack on you. I've expressed very similar opinions to people on both sides. Like Frantic Missy was saying to me a few months ago, it's kind of like watching your parents fight. So he never responded to that. So I let a few days go by. And then I took a screenshot of the only time he and I have ever reacted on Twitter. And so this is what my family thinks I'm a cunt said.
Rained Out Ratcast is a loser who talks shit from his podcast that no one listens to.
And Dusty said, your mom listens. She's his #1 fan.
That's right, god damn it.
And so I responded, Sam Tripoli's mindless army continues its crusade, yay. So that's what he DM'd me about. Right? So I sent him that screenshot and I said, I searched my entire timeline, and aside from you DMing me out of the blue on Monday, this is the only interaction you and I have ever had. It really doesn't look good. And all this talk about me coming on your podcast to talk about it was obviously a bluff. So how is this bullshit not gatekeeping? People are onto it, Mark. Too bad we can't just sit down and talk about it on air. I'd love to. So he sent me this last night.
LOL. That's funny. Redcast came after me, and after seeing multiple tweets from, I responded to him that one time. I have no time for drama. You clearly are confused and or misled. I wish you the best. Block.
So he blocked me.
He blocked you?
Yeah, I'm blocked.
You already fucking put you already screenshot all those messages and put them on fucking Twitter.
I'm gonna
tag him.
Tag
Sam Tripoli in him.
I can't tag him because he blocked me. But when
Tripoli blocked you?
No.
Oh, tag Fat Dragon Pro.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
and say, hey, why you got your boys coming after us?
I don't think Sam has any idea about this. I think that he understands.
I know that'll probably get his ass in trouble.
Well, I think
Sam will be like, "What the fuck are you doing,
dude?" I think and I'm gonna do that. But I think what happened here is he realized that he fucked with the wrong guy. And I can back up everything. And he sees that. And the motherfucker has horrible grammar. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like, he came after me because I stuck up for Chris. That's all I did. And the only reason I saw that tweet is because of you. Because of you making that joke about his mom. And so I, of course,
I should have got a tweet from him. I should have got a message.
Well, why did I?
Mom, I was hoping for something like that.
Well, this isn't the end. This isn't the end. And like I said, we're gonna make this its own little video. Sam Tripoli needs a new booker.
And then tag Dragon Pro in it. Why is your boy coming at people over tweets?
And you know what this all is Chris showed all of the correspondence that showed Mark booking Chris to go on Tinfoil Hat, and then them fucking totally ghosting him. And Chris proved that. I'm sure this dude blocked Chris a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is called gatekeeping in the conspiracy community. I don't understand why it's necessary. In fact, I don't think it is. Do you have a fucking cane?
I do.
Why? Is this from your disability?
Sometimes I have to use it when I hurt my back.
Really?
But I haven't had to use it in a while. Yes.
Dude, you could hide a fucking dart gun in there.
I know, right? My dad used to make canes. He'd carve them, and he had one he made that had a sword in it. You can get them at like the flea market and shit around here too. Like got a sword in it. You pull it, twist the handle, and pull it up. It's got like a sword in it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's some spy shit. Do you have anything else you want to close out with about that bullshit?
No, I mean it's just funny.
You kind of ranted about it in your rant, actual rant last week.
It's just funny. It is. Why does it even matter, man? Like, come on, dude. Nobody fucking sees. Compared to them, nobody hears us or sees us. So why is he worried about what somebody's saying to them? If we're so beneath them, and nobody listens to our shows or rant shows. Hell, I know people listen to rant show.
Yeah, didn't you just tell me that he had 100,000 views in 1 week?
Yeah, that's what he said. I mean, maybe he might have been talking about something else. I mean, he didn't go into exact detail. He just said 100,000 views in 1 week isn't too bad. That's what he posted on his Facebook account. So I don't know, man. It's weird, but you know what? I say, bring it, motherfuckers. No, I'm kidding.
Sam Tripoli needs a new bucker.
I think Sam Tripoli is awesome because I used to love when he first started and he had them guests on, and like I always felt like the guests would be kind of like go really deep, and Sam would kind of have them like dumb it down because he didn't understand it. So then I would understand it. Does that make sense? And so I thought that was cool. But then he got to where he was always just like I haven't listened to him in a while. The last thing I listened to was shit. It was like 3 or 4 episodes ago. And I don't know. Like I don't know.
Well, you remember how he used to have Aaron as his producer, and it would be like Aaron was the naysayer.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole show's different than how it started. And yeah, I have no beef with Sam. I think it was stupid to like have his ass go act retarded on Joe Rogan and represent the entire conspiracy community. And then he's like bragging about his appearance on there. Dude, I would have that conversation with Sam any day of the week.
Right.
Like if Mark wants to come after you and me, it should be for that shit that we were talking about him going on Joe Rogan. That's way worse than the fucking tweets we were putting out.
Right? I know. Exactly.
It just
talk mad shit about how crappy he was on Rogan.
Well, I was mainly talking about how shitty Joe was, but Sam did not fucking do anything about it. So, all right. So
our establishment
you got
talk
one
of the week. Yeah, of course.
Oh, I picked one just in case you didn't have one.
Oh, well, you can do it.
Well, who's yours?
It's gonna be fun if we got the same person. William Barr is mine.
Okay, I was gonna do Anthony Fauci.
Oh, yeah, since he announced his retirement today.
Yeah.
Which means he's going to go work for some giant pharmacy company and make probably millions and millions of more dollars.
Well, I mean,
80-something years old.
As far as money goes, he's set for life. He has the highest paid position in the entire fucking United States government, and he's had it for 38 years.
That's fucking insane,
so,
dude.
To me, what's interesting about him stepping down is the timing of it. Do you know? So he says he's resigning in December. You know what the timing of that is?
What?
So right now, as it's projected, the Republicans are probably not going to win the Senate, but they're going to take the House. And the House can investigate Fauci. And so by December, they're just going to be getting their shit together. They're not going to be seated quite yet. But after that, they will be. So he's fucking
January.
He's cutting out, man, right in the fucking nick of time. And they could still do it, but he's not going to be a sitting politician at that time.
Yeah. Hell, dude, he could go fucking take a trip to goddamn Italy and never come back or somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Fauci is Italian. And I just want to say, dude, I'm going to miss you. You've been entertaining as hell. You brought us the AIDS pandemic. I was hoping to see him stick around for monkeypox, to tell you the truth. I don't know about you.
Fauci ouchie. Fauci ouchie. Remember when they called it the Fauci ouchie? I thought that shit was hilarious.
The first time I saw a bitch say that on Tinder, dude, I had like a 8-month bout of impotency. I could not get it up without gapern.
Gapern. Dude, I don't know why I thought that was so funny, but when I listened to
it is funny. What do you got to say about Fauci?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think he's earned earns everything he gets. If he gets punished in any way, he's earned it, which I don't think he will. He is part of the deep state. I think he's one of those motherfuckers who's probably not because he's rich and powerful, which he is, but because of his position. You know what I'm saying? You don't keep that position for that long without having some really deep connections. Usually presidents replace people like that. But this guy has managed to hold on to that position through how many presidents? Come on, man.
Dude, I think he's been there since Reagan.
Trump didn't even fire him. You know what I'm saying? Trump fired all kinds of people, but he didn't get rid of Fauci.
So he's the lead medical advisor.
Well, I think he did something else.
Yeah, Trump appointed him to that. He's been the director of the NIAID since '84. Oh, weird that number, 1984, fucking funny.
That is weird. Dude, January 6th, 2014 is when, what's her name? Liz Cheney didn't win her first election at our primary for Senate. January 6th, 2014.
She stepped down because of some illness in her family, right? Is that what it says?
Well, I guess, but she didn't get win. And that's also the year right before that, she fucking betrayed her gay sister and came out against gay marriage. Very weird that it was January 6th. But anyways, Fauci, I think Fauci's responsible for the AIDS, for what happened with AIDS. He was giving people medication that was killing them. Fauci is responsible for this vaccine. I don't care what anybody says. He's the one who was whispering in Trump's ear the entire fucking time. He's the one who, I'm sure, put Trump on the idea of the warp speed thing. I honestly think that come 2024, the Democrats, this vaccine is going to start making so many people sick that they're going to flip it. And if Trump tries to run again, they're going to be like, look, this guy is the one who gave you this fucking vaccine that's made all of us sick.
And they'll be right.
You're right.
But they'll be wrong too. Because it wasn't just him.
Exactly. I know. They pushed it. Yeah. But they're going to be able to say he's the one who had it rushed. He rushed it. He rushed it without thinking about the safety measures. And he fooled everybody by telling us it was safe. I'm telling you, watch and see, man.
Hey,
they're going to turn on this vaccine before it's over with.
I like it.
But there'll be a new vaccine by then.
Well, right now they're doing a fucking booster for the BA5. And
Pfizer just last week for approval.
Yeah, last week they were doing a fucking in the UK. They're doing a booster for the Omicron. And the funny thing is that both these variants are behind us. There's new variants and they're doing boosters for old variants. They're really milking this pharmaceutical teat for all the little driblets it's worth.
Let me milk the teat.
So I have an interesting this day in history.
What you got?
So it was actually not exactly this day in history, but close enough. Ruby Ridge, August 21st through August 31st of 1992, where Randy Weaver,
that was fucked up.
An FBI guy tried to bully him into buying a sawed-off shotgun, and he wouldn't. So then they just fucking said he did it anyway, and then shot him and his family. But
yeah,
no biggie.
It totally fucked up, and that was a ripple effect that caused supposedly caused the Oklahoma City bombing
And Waco.
You know, that is one of the craziest fucking things. And right now, they're going after people like crazy in Alabama. I've seen where like multiple fucking people have been raided by the ATF and the FBI for like possession of firearms and like there was a pawn shop that just got raided not far from where I live, about a 20-minute drive,
for guns.
Got raided for selling guns illegally.
Were they?
And receiving stolen property. I guess they maybe
every fucking
stolen
pawn shop receives shit. I mean, that's what pawn shops are.
I know, right?
It's kind of an unwritten rule that if something ends up in a pawn shop, it was either a drug addict or it was stolen or both.
Yep. But yeah, I find it strange. It's happening quite a bit here in Alabama. They're raiding these pawn shops, and it's federal. It's federal. It's not state.
They're also going to be starting to be raided by the IRS soon enough.
Dude, that is fucking freaky. 87,000 IRS agents it's a lot. That's a lot of fucking people.
Well, and you're just, dude, 87,000 more on top of what they already have.
Well, yeah, that's insane. How many do they have right now? I wonder.
You want to look it up?
Yeah. 78,000.
As of May. So they are, for all intents and purposes, doubling it.
Yeah, that'd be over 150,000, 160,000 strong.
Pay your taxes, disinformators. For the listeners, I just winked.
I know, but I was trying to.
IRS enforcement in the Inflation Reduction Act. And since the new law calls for more IRS hiring, there will be more IRS agents in the coming years. Those new agents will have to be trained to conduct compliance audits, which takes time, but ultimately, there will likely be an increase in audit activity as well.
Wow.
It doesn't say how many or anything.
Wow, she just fucking said a mouthful, though.
Yeah.
They're going to need to know how to shoot tax evaders. 5, 4, 3.
All right. Everybody's talking about Alex Jones, the alt-right conspiracy theorist, switching from Trump to DeSantis. So is Joe Rogan. So is Elon Musk. However, the alt-right conspiracy theorists, and they had to say that a lot in the article that I read, they really had to hammer home that he was an alt-right conspiracy theorist who basically a white supremacist who now supports DeSantis, because we all know that you are who supports you, apparently. So if white supremacists, alt-right, evil conspiracy theorists support you, then that automatically makes you an alt-right, evil conspiracy theorist. So I think that's just by design. I really do. I think that he endorses who they want him to. And he's endorsing the guy that they want to get elected. And there you go. This is all part of the fucking scam, bro. They're probably not going to make him pay as much money now that he's went along with DeSantis. That's pretty much it.
So who are you talking about?
Alex Jones. Did I not say Alex Jones?
Yeah, you named a bunch of people that have switched to DeSantis.
But Alex Jones is the one that they talked about in this article.
That hasn't switched.
No, he did switch recently. He was the recent one.
Okay, I guess I just misunderstood you. It's okay. I've been.
Yeah, Alex Jones was the most recent one to switch, but way they
made
talk
him
about
say,
it, like,
they said all.
yes,
right, okay,
yes. They had to make it like alt-right this, alt-right that, conspiracy theories this, because they want to reflect that onto the guy that he now supports as candidate. However, I think that's by design. I really do. I think that he just supports who they tell him to.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
as he takes your cane and limps up to the thing to say, "I don't know, Sandy Hook was a lie." 5, 4, 3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, for my prepared rant, I've gotten a parting statement from Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say at this moment in time, there is no reason to wear a mask. Actually, you should wear two. And at this moment in time, we understand that it's droplets, but it's not airborne. And I should also say that you could catch it if you look at someone who has COVID, but now we understand that it just kills old people, but it actually kills everybody. And I also want to say, at this moment in time, it's very possible that in the likelihood of the event that you come into contact with COVID-19, you may or may not get it, but you should still have 18 vaccinations in case you do get it. I am stepping down now, and I hope that whoever follows me isn't confused about the tracks that I've laid for them. Thank you and good night.
Dr. Anthony Fauci out.
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Nice new background, dog. Oh, you're moving mic. Was that there the whole time?
No.
Dusty, my friend. We want to let all these disinfobationers know where they can find you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on Twitter at YouTubecast. You can find me on Twitter at Disinfobation. Check out my new show, Targaryen Times. Follow me on Twitter at Targaryen Times. A House of Dragon analysis. It's the new show I'm going to be doing, probably with my son, about the House of Dragons. Everybody, listen to that fucking show. Listen to Disinfobation, listen to Unspeakable Truth, listen to Conspiracy Playtime, listen to fucking Cheney Project, listen to fucking Rantcast, listen to fucking all the fucking podcasts out there that are not these big podcasts, because believe me, when you don't have money in the game, you fucking tell the truth.
I would say listen to a wonderful podcast that sheds light on all the people you shouldn't listen to, and it's called My Family Thinks I'm a Cunt. So definitely check that one out. Very insightful. The guy has excellent grammar. If you would read,
I hear he cries a lot.
I hear he fucks his stepsister, and that's why his family thinks he's crazy. You can find me at conspiracyplaytime.com on my other podcast. On Twitter, you can find all my fucktard tweeteries. Conspiracy Player minus the E on my @Twitter. And ladies and gentlemen, join us next week, won't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just been disinfobated. Disinfobation out.
Nice, dude.
Fuck you, Fauci. From America. And fuck Spotify.